Hello, good morning, friends. So today we will discuss about the cellular organ, that is chloroplast, plant cellular organ, chloroplast. Okay. So what is chloroplast? Definition, structure, functions, diagram, and detail about this chloroplast that is present in the plant cell. Basically, plants form a basis of all the life on this earth because they are known as producers. Because these are the first line of the producers. Plant cell contain structures known as plastid. Plant cell. Each and every plant cell contain a particular structure that is known as plastid, which are absent in animal cells. They are absent in animal cells. The plastids, these plastids are double membrane cell organelles, okay, which play primary role in the manufacturing and storing of the food material through the photosynthesis process. So there are some three different class of the plastids: chromoplast, chloroplast, and leucoplast. Chromoplast means they are the colored. Chrome means pigments, colored plastic. They are the color plastid, which are found in all the flowers, fruits, and mainly responsible for their distinctive colors. As you know that chrome means pigment or color, because each and every fruits leaves have different colors. So the color is because of the chromoplast. They contain chloroplast. Next is chloroplast. Chloroplasts are the green colored plastid which comprises green color pigment within the plant cell and are called as chlorophyll. They are called as chlorophyll. Leucoplast. They are colorless plastid and mainly used for the storage of starch, lipid, protein within the plant cell. Within the plant cells. Chloroplast is an organelle that contains the photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll, photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll, that capture the sunlight and convert it into useful energy, thereby releasing oxygen from the water. They are releasing oxygen from the water. So the basically main function of chloroplast is to capture the sunlight, and this light or energy is converted into the chemical energy by the process of photosynthesis. Now we talk about the different functions. The most important function of chloroplast is to synthesize food by process of photosynthesis. Main function of chloroplast as it green color capture the sunlight, synthesize photosynthesis. It also absorb the light energy and convert it into the chemical energy. Also absorb light energy, convert this into the chemical energy. Chloroplast has a structure that is called as chlorophyll, which functions by trapping the solar energy. Trap the solar energy and use for the synthesis of the food in all green plants. This chloroplast also produces NADPH and molecular oxygen (O2) by photolysis of water. Produce NADPH, reduced NAD nicotinides triphosphate, and molecular oxygen by photolysis of water. It also produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate, by process of photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide is also obtained from air is used to generate carbon and sugar during the Calvin cycle, a dark reaction of photosynthesis. So this is the structure of chloroplast. Here you can see it's a double membrane cell organelle. Okay. Double membrane. Let me explain. This is the inner membrane and this is the outer membrane. And this one is intermembrane space. Space present between outer membrane and inner membrane is known as intermembrane space. Okay, intermembrane space. This is the stroma. So the stroma is matrix, you can say. So stroma or matrix, a liquid fluid present in the space enclosed by the inner membrane. And you can see the grana, individual stacks grana, and stack of grana is known as granum, granum. Okay. So this grana is arranged as a suppose coin is kept up to the coin, stacking of the coin, just like stacking of the coins. So all these thylakoids, uh, grana is connected with the other with a particular channel that is known as that is known as stroma lamella. Lamella, you can say lamellio stroma, which is present stroma lamella. Okay, and this inside this stacks there is a gap. This gap is known as lumen inside the thylakoid. So lumen inside the thylakoid is lumen. Similarly, these are the other picture of chloroplast. So the chloroplast contain thylakoid membrane. Thylakoid membrane is an intermembrane contain chlorophyll, other photosynthetic pigments. Pigments clustered into the photosystems. So this thylakoid membrane contain different class of pigments capture the light. Grana is a stacks of the flattened sac of thylakoid membranes. Stroma lamellae which connect the two different grana. Stroma is a semi-liquid surrounding a thylakoid membrane. Light dependent reaction. It has two different like light dependent, light independent. Light dependent, which require the light directly, capture the energy from the sunlight, make ATP and reduce NADP to NADPH2. Second is light independent, that is carbon fixations. It's light independent. Does not require light, but uses ATP and NADPH2, which is synthesized during the light energy. Here you can see during the light energy, water molecule is broken down and electrons are utilized by the NADP and reduced into NADPH2, oxygen get liberated. During the Kelvin cycle, this same ATP and NADPH2 utilized to reduce the CO2 and water into the carbohydrate remaining molecule. The pigments molecules that absorb the light energy in the visible range. Light is a form of energy. Photon particles of the light act as a discrete bundle of energy. This energy content of photon is inversely proportional to the wavelength of the light. Wavelength is more, energy is less. So here you can see the visible spectrum and the main absorption spectra is 400 to 700. 400 to 700 nanometer of light is known as PAR, photosynthetic active radiation. This is known as photosynthetic active radiation. Organisms which evolve a vary of different pigments. Only two general types are used in green plant photosynthesis: chloroplast, chlorophyll, and carotenoids. In some organisms, other molecules also absorb the light energy. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is the main pigment in plant and cyanobacteria, which absorb only pigments that can act directly to convert the light energy to chemical energy. Absorb violet, blue, and red light. Violet, blue, and red light. Chlorophyll will contain accessory pigment or secondary pigment which absorb the light wavelength that chlorophyll does not absorb. Carotenoid contain carbon ring which is linked to the chain with alternating signal and double bond. Can absorb the light photons with a wide range of energies. Also scavenges free radicals, antioxidant, protective wall. Phycobiloproteins. This is important in low light ocean area. Photosystem organizations. Antony complex. Hundreds of accessory pigments are present, which are gathered photons and feed the captured light energy into the reaction center. Reaction center contains one or more chlorophyll A, passes excited electron out of photosystem. Cyclic photophosphorylation. In sulfur bacteria, only one photosystem is used. We generate ATP by electron transport. An oxygenic photosystem. Photosynthesis. Excited electron pass to electron transport chain. We generate a proton gradient for the ATP synthesis. Here is a cyclic photophosphorylation where we can clearly see photons are captured by different carotenoid pigments by the reaction center. Then reaction center get excited and it transfer the electron to other electron acceptor. BS complex, BC complex one, here ATP is getting synthesized. Electron get recycled back to the chain. Now cyclic photophosphorylation. Plants uses photosystem 2 and 1 in the series to produce ATP and NADPH2. Path of electron not a circular circle. Photosystems replenish with electron obtained by splitting of water. That is clear diagram. Here you can see clearly. Photosystem 2 and photosystem work in a simultaneous manner. So here B6F complex ATP is getting synthesized and it reduces the NADP into NADPH. Okay, so both the ATP and NADPH2 both are utilized into the Kelvin cycle. Kelvin cycle. So the all these proteins are arranged intermembrane space. Photosystem 2, B6 complex, thylakoid membrane, photosystem 1, antibody reductase, ATP synthesis. So now we talk about how the ATP is getting synthesized. How ATP is getting synthesized into the cell. Electrochemical gradient can be used to synthesize the ATP. Chloroplast has ATP synthase enzyme in the thylakoid membrane. Allow proton back into the stroma. Stroma also contain enzymes that catalyze the reaction of carbon fixation by the Kelvin cycle. By the Kelvin cycle. So in this case, this chloroplast perform different individual functions. Cyclic and cyclic phosphorylation. Hello. So, good morning. So, today's chapter is yes. So, today's chapter is mineral nutrition. So, in previous class, we were discussing about the different class of mineral, their deficiency symptoms, role, and functions. Okay, so we already discussed about the nitrogen, sulfur, and phosphorus. So, today onwards, we will discuss about the different physiological functions, deficiency symptoms of calcium. Calcium, as is available form is calcium ions, Ca plus 2. If we talk about the biological function of calcium is important for mechanical strength. Calcium is important for mechanical strength because calcium is constituent of middle lamella of calcium pectate that is present in cell wall. Permeability of biomembrane maintained by the calcium. Biomembrane or plasma membrane, that is the selective permeable membrane, that is permeability is maintained by the calcium ion. Stability of chromosome structure and spindle formation. The chromosome structure and stability is also maintained by the calcium. Calcium is required. And spindle formation during the cell division, that is for that also calcium is required. Detoxification of sodium potassium ions and have role in conversion of oxalic acid of calcium oxalate. Okay. So detoxification of sodium potassium, sometimes what happen, sodium potassium toxicity also occur in the cell that can be balanced by the increased concentration of calcium. Activator of enzyme phospholipase, arginine, kinase, ATPase, amylase. So these are the enzymes for which calcium is required as a cofactor. Phospholipase, arginase kinase, ATPase, and amylase. Essential for the growth of apical meristem. So apical meristem, in case of tissue meristem, the unlimited cross division of meristem cell is maintained by the concentration. If it is present in sufficient amount in the soil, so normal growth and development of plant will happen. If calcium deficiency occur in the soil, so plant will show the symptoms that plant facing calcium deficiency. Okay. So we have to apply calcium to the soils to fulfill the requirement of the plants. Okay. So there are some few deficiency symptoms of calcium for that. First is disintegration of growing apices, apical meristem. Apical meristem or biscuit disintegrated, root, shoot, and leaf apex. Irregular cell division. Cell division, mitosis, death of meristem, irregular cell division. Chlorosis on margin of younger leaf malformations. Flower falling, necrosis. Abnormalities in chromosome. As you know, for chromosome structural stability, this is required. If abnormality in chromosome, calcium is not available, then abnormality in chromosome will occur. Molybdenum. Molybdenum is present in molybdate ionic form. Functional physiological function is as a prosthetic group of nitrite and nitrate reductase enzyme for the nitrogen not available. During nitrogen fixation, we require nitrite reductase and nitrate reductase. For these enzymes, molybdenum is required. So, deficiency symptom is intravenous chlorosis, common. Ductal of cauliflower, ductal of cauliflower. Inhibition of flowering, inhibition of flowering. Ductal of cauliflower, inhibition of flowering. That is occurred as a deficiency symptom. So if molybdenum is not sufficiently present in the soil, it will show deficiency symptoms. Okay, so this is all about the So this is molybdenum. Next is potassium. Potassium is the only monovalent cation which is free ionic form. The biological functions of potassium is not an essential constituent of organic matter, but important for respiration, photosynthesis, protein synthesis, DNA synthesis is an activator. Potassium, which is not an essential constituent of organic matter. Organic matter, this is not essential, but important for the respiration because if you see the respiration glycolysis reaction, there is a kinase enzyme. Okay, so for that, potassium is required as a cofactor. Key role in stomatal movement or stomatal closing, opening, closing movement in transpiration. Potassium is required. In starch synthesis and distribution, regulation of permeability and charge of cell, cation and anion balance. Then deficiency symptom of potassium is mottled chlorosis. Mottled means intervenous chlorosis and shortening of internal. Shortening of internal Wishy habits. Dieback disease. Potassium deficiency also sometimes is dieback disease. Dieback means from tip to bottom. The necrosis and blight effect on leaf tip. Marginal cut downward. Carbohydrate metabolism and storage of carbohydrate in potato and wheat is inhibited. Decrease apical dominance. Decrease apical dominance. The seed less develop. Magnesium. Magnesium is another important micronutrient that is important constituent of chlorophyll, a maintain ribosome structure, essential for phosphate transfer reaction. The metabolism. Activator of many enzymes in carbohydrate metabolism, example hexokinase. In cell wall formation, magnesium cell wall formation. So deficiency symptom is intravenous chlorosis, again in large scale, and formation of anthocyanin in outer leaves. Formation of anthocyanin in outer leaves. Necrotic spot, inhibition of glycolysis. Krebs cycle, carbohydrate metabolism. So if magnesium is not sufficiently provided to the plant or not available to the plants, so intravenous chlorosis along with the anthocyanin or older leaves get synthesized. It shows the necrotic spots also on the leaf. Necrotic spot means dead tissue on the leaf. Inhibition of glycolysis. Glycolysis cannot be occurred. Krebs cycle means totally the carbohydrate metabolism is completely hampered in absence or sufficient amount of magnesium. Iron. Iron absorption in ferric form, which is active form. Absorption in acidic soil because it is present in soluble form. Iron porphyrin proteins for cytochrome, peroxidase, catalase, or photorespiration. Iron important to ferredoxin, biological nitrogen fixation, and ETS, electron transport system, which is provide essential role in chlorophyll synthesis. In aconitase enzyme of Krebs cycle, so iron acts as a cofactor for aconitase in Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle is a step of respiration, oxidation. If iron is not there, sufficient not present, so again plant will show some symptom, deficient symptom that is rapid intravenous chlorosis, new leaves, on new leaves. Inhibition of respiration, disintegration of chloroplast. Manganese. Manganese Mn plus 2. Manganese is activator of many enzymes like nitrite reductase, hydroxylamine reductase, decarboxylase, dehydrogenase. Essential for oxygen evolution and photolysis of water and light reaction. Chlorophyll and IAA formation of respiratory metabolism. Its solar deficiency causes chlorotic and necrotic spot on the leaves in mosaic pattern. Chlorophyll and starch get disappear from the plaster because plaster is a different historic form like amyloplast, scleroplast, oleoplast. So, chlorophyll and starch get disappear. Marsh Out of P. Mass is out of P. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. As I got a call from president office. So next is manganese, sorry, iron. Iron already discussed about the iron that is rapid interval process, inhibition of respiration, disintegration of chloroplast. Manganese, Mn form. Manganese is activator of many enzymes like nitrite reductase, hydroxylamide reductase, decarboxylase dehydrogenase, essential for oxygen evolution and photolysis of water in light reaction. Photolysis of water in light reaction. If we talk about deficiency symptom, if we talk about the deficiency symptom, deficiency cause chlorotic and necrotic diseases. Chlorotic and necrotic diseases. Chlorophyll stars disappear from the plastic. Necrosis in younger and older groups. Okay. Sorry, I have a meeting, so this class is delayed. I think. So good morning, friends. So for the course fundamental crop physiology, next class is diffusion and osmosis, absorption of water, transpiration, and stomatal physiology. Diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion is the process by which a molecule is spread from area of high concentration to area of low concentration. Diffusion can occur when there is a spontaneous net movement of a particle. Spontaneous net movement of a particle or molecules spread them from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration through a membrane. It is simply the statistical outcome of random motion. As time progresses, the differential gradient of concentrations between high and low will drop, means it becomes increasing shallow until the concentrations are equalized. The molecules will always move down the concentration gradient toward area of lesser concentrations. So in simple terms, diffusion is nothing but it's a movement of particles or molecules from area of high concentration to area of low concentrations. That is known as diffusion. Similarly, if we talk about the equilibrium, means is there any uh, time between that diffusion will keep on going? So the main objective behind diffusion is to get equilibrium. Equilibrium means the concentration at both sides will become equal. That is known as equilibrium. When a molecule even throughout the space, that condition is known as equilibrium. Concentration gradient means the difference between concentration and ACS. Osmosis. Osmosis is the process of diffusion of water. Molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane in both directions, either in or out. Thus, osmosis regulates the hydration, the influx of nutrient and outflow of nutrition among the processes. So, in simple terms, osmosis refers to the process of diffusion of water. Means in this case, diffusion of water is taking place. But in case of diffusion, the movement of particles or molecules is taking place across the semi-permeable membrane. So, water will move across the and there is a high concentration of solid to and different class of solutions, isotonic solutions and hypertonic solutions, hypertonic solutions. Isotonic solution, iso means equilibrium in concentration. If the concentration of solid is equal on both sides of the membrane, then the water will move back and forth, but it won't have any result on the overall amount of water. On either side, iso means equal or same. Hypotonic solution, hypo means less. So in this case, there are less solid molecules outside the cell. Since the salt shut the water will move to the cell. So the cell will gain the water and grow larger. In plant cell, the central vacuole will fill and plant becomes stiff and rigid. The cell wall keeps the plant from bursting. In animal cell, the cell may be in danger from bursting. Organelles called contractile vacuole will pump water out of cells to prevent this. Hypertonic solution. The word hyper means more. So in this case, there is a more solid molecule outside the cell, which causes water to suck in the other direction. In plant cell, the central vacuole loses water and cells shrink, causing wilting. Animal cells, the cell also shrink. In both cases, cell may die. With the diagrammatic representation of hypertonic and hypotonic protocols. So here, if we placing the red RBC, red blood cell in hypertonic solution, hypotonic that water will move into the cell. The cell will get passive. In isotonic, there is no change in the cell. But hypertonic, water will exit the cells, cell will get shrink. So both the diffusion and osmosis are a type of passive transport. These are the class of passive transport. That is, no energy is required for molecules to move or out of the cell. Sometimes large molecule cannot cross the plasma membrane and help across by carrying proteins. This process is facilitated diffusion. Process is known as facilitated diffusion. Now we discuss water potential and its component. Water potential, chemical potential of water is a quantitative expression of free energy which is associated with the water. Quantitative expression of free energy which is associated with the water. Water potential is symbolized by the Greek letter psi and defined relative to the water potential of pure water, which is zero. Hence, the value of psi is always negative. The unit of water potential are megapascals. It is relative quantity and depend on concentration, pressure, gravity, and the same temperature. Water potential is the sum of component potential which may be written as psi s, psi m, psi p, psi p. Psi s is solid osmotic potential. Psi m is metric potential. Psi p is pressure potential. Psi g is gravitational potential. Osmotic potential. Osmotic potential psi s is the component which is produced by the solute dissolved in the cell state, chiefly vacuolar state. The metric potential psi m refers to water held in microcapillary or bound on surface of the cell wall and other cell component. Pressure potential psi p is the trigger pressure or produced by diffusion of water into protoplast which is enclosed in wall which resists the expansion. In the xylem of transpiring plant, psi p is usually negative. In gestating plants, it is positive as a result of fluid pressure. Gravitational potential is the effect of gravity, is a term of negligible importance for leaf, but become important in comparing potential in the leaf at different height. Water always moves from less negative potential to more negative water potential. So this is the example here. You can see water will move from high potential water potential to low water potential. So psi minus zero point 0.1, zero point 0.2, zero point 0.3. Water will move from less negative value to high negative value. So the importance of water potential. Water potential is a diagnostic tool that enables plant scientists to assign a precise value to water status in the plant cells. And for water potential, we can exactly know the water status, what is the how much quantity of water is needed by the cell. The lower the water potential in the plant cell or tissue, greater is the ability to absorb the water. Conversely, the high water potential, greater is the ability to absorb water. Ability to tissue supply water to other more desiccated plant cells. Thus, water potential used to measure water deficit and water stress in the plants. As general rule, leaves of most plant tissue are likely to have water potential from about -2 to -2. With decreasing soil moisture supply, leaf water potential become more negative than before. And leaf grow rapidly, decline. Most plant tissue is grow completely from water potential to water in vast. So this is the concept of water potentials. Thank you. Morning, students. So today in this class, we will discuss about the molecular movement across the plasma membrane or cell membrane. So if we talk about molecular movement, membrane means how a particular molecules can move through the plasma membrane. Either passive transport, there is a different mode of molecular movement is reported in the cells. That is passive transport, active transport, endocytosis. In case of endocytosis, we can talk about the phagocytosis or pinocytosis. Phagocytosis means solid particles, means how a cell can engulf a solid particles. Pinocytosis means cell drink. Phagocytosis means cell eat. Okay, there is a difference between these two. Exocytosis means how is cells can send back the debris from the outside of the cell. So these are the some class of the molecular movement. So molecular movement is passive, active, endo, exocytosis. Passive transport. Passive transport has some unique features. About that, these passive transport do not require any kind of energy input. They do not require energy input in that. They can move due to gradient according to the concentration gradient. These molecules can move through cells based on their concentration gradient. Concentration gradient difference in concentrations, pressure, charge. Difference in concentration means high concentration to low concentration, high pressure to low pressure, high voltage to low voltage, high charge to low charge, likewise. Automatically can move through concentrations. It can move to equalize the gradient. What is the objective to move any molecules? The main objective is equalize the gradient, means try to equivalent the gradient. High moves toward the low. That is a passive transport. Means totally depend without energy, and it is because of difference in the concentrations. If we talk about the different types of passive transport, it is a class of diffusion, osmosis, and facilitated diffusion. As you know, diffusion is nothing but it's a molecules can use to equalize the concentration, can diffuse from high concentration to low concentration. Simply, high concentration to low concentration. Here, the example is given here. There is a lumps of sugar. If we dissolve this lumps of sugar, then sugar molecules will move from the different parts of these solutions, different part of this liquid. So it will equally distribute into the solutions. Osmosis is a special form of diffusion. In this case, osmosis, only the liquid will flow. Liquid will flow from lower solute concentration to higher solute concentration. It was somewhat confusing. So try to understand lower solute concentration. If in a particular solution, suppose I have two cup bucket, you can say bucket A and bucket B. Bucket A contain low solute concentration. Low solute concentration means concentration is low, means the water molecule is more because the salt concentration is less in that. Water molecule is more. While in case of bucket B, solute concentration is more, high concentration of the solution. Means there is a less quantity as compared to A. Water molecule will be free, the free water molecule will be less, you can say. Okay, free water molecule is less. So from these two, we can say the water can move from bucket B to bucket A because in case of bucket A, there is a large number of free water molecules present. Often involve movement of water into the cells or out of the cell. There is solute difference in the cells like solvent plus solute both if contained then that is known as solution. Solution is composed of two different phases, solvent and solute. Here are some certain specific stages given hypotonic, hypertonic, and isotonic. Hypo means less, tonic means concentration. If the solute is present in less concentrations, solutes in the cell more than the outside. Solute outside solvent will flow into the cell. Hypo means less concentrated. Solute in the cell more than the outside means in case of outer side the concentration of solute is less. Then water will move from cell to outside. Outside solvent will flow into the cell. If solute is more in the cell than the outer side, outside solute is less means free water molecule, and water will move from outer side into the cell. Okay, means yes, hypotonic. In case of hypotonic means if suppose we are placing a cell into hypotonic matlab the solute concentration is less in outside in the solution as compared to the cell, then water will move from uh, outer side to into the cell. Isotonic means solute concentration is equal, so water can move either inside or outside, of course, in both direction. Hypertonic means if we are placing a cell in hypertonic solution, then hypertonic solution means the concentration of the solute is more in the solution as compared to cell. Then water will move from outside to the cell. Okay. So here the example is given here: hypertonic, isotonic, hypotonic. Case of hypertonic,
cell water will exit from the cells, cell will be uh, shrink. In a case of isotonic, cell will be normalized. But in case of hypotonic, water molecule will move into the cell. The cell will get swollen. If further keeps on water moving inside the cell will get washed. Facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion depend on differentially permeable molecules, permeable membrane. Channels are specific help in molecules or ions enter to the leave the cell. Channels usually are transport proteins. Aquaporin facilitates the movement of water. There is no energy is needed in that. There is a process of facilitated transport. Protein bind with the molecules. Shape of protein get changed. Molecule move across the. Now active transport. In case of active transport, molecular movement required energy against the concentration gradient. The concentration gradient. Example is sodium potassium pump. Sodium potassium pump. It required energy against the concentration because in this case molecules are moving across against the concentration gradient.